Hello friends, this is Tim Collins coming to you again with our weekend word. I want to talk today about a very familiar parable from Luke chapter 15 about the prodigal son, we call it. You know the story, the younger son demanded his inheritance from the father and left home, went and squandered his inheritance and found himself in famine, found himself in a pig pen, wanting to eat the pig slop. And then he came back to the father, and the father welcomed him home, put the new robe on his back and shoes on his feet, ring on his finger, killed the fatted calf so they could have a feast. What I want to focus on today, though, is what if? What if the prodigal son had met his older brother before he met his father? The story would have been different, wouldn't it? Because the older brother wasn't nearly as gracious as his father was. In fact, we'll read it from Luke chapter 15, verse 25. The older brother was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing, so he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. Your brother has come, he replied, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound. The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has squandered your property with prostitutes comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him. The older brother had an entirely different attitude toward the prodigal son than the father did. And sadly, I think the attitude of the older brother is more prevalent in our church world today than the attitude of the father is. Somebody who has wasted their life, wasted their talents, wasted the gifts God has given them, finally comes home. Rather than celebrating with them too many times, our attitude is, well, he made his bed, now he's going to have to lay in it. Or, now he's got to prove himself. The older brother was jealous of the celebration that the father pitched, and that's us. Why does the guy who spent his life in sin get more attention than we who have been so holy all these years? The older brother was jealous of his father's grace. Father, why should you extend grace to someone who has treated you so miserably? Well, the truth is, that would fit us all. I am so glad for God's grace. And so glad that when I came home, I met the father and not the older brother. If there's anything we learn from another parable in Matthew chapter 20, the first 15 verses, the parable of the workers in the vineyard, it's this. The master is more concerned about the harvest than he is about our petty feelings. More concerned about the condition of the harvest than he is the chip on our shoulder. More concerned about the harvest than he is on treating us fairly. The master loves the harvest. In fact, there's a very telling question the master asked in Matthew 20:15. The master asked the complaining workers, Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? Or are you envious because I'm generous? Boy, doesn't that describe many of us today? We want to tell God what He's supposed to do and what He can't do with His own grace, with the salvation that Jesus purchased with His own blood. We want to tell Him how He can apply that and how He can't. We get upset because He's more generous than we think He ought to be. I'll tell you what, I'm just glad for God's grace. I'm glad when I took a step toward home, the Father ran toward me. I hope this has been a blessing to you. I hope you'll take it to heart. Let's look at how we approach those who are struggling in the kingdom of God, who we should be upholding and helping. Let's look at that. Well, God bless you. We love you.